Welcome to today's market report.
European stock markets are set to open higher on Monday amid hopes of global economic recovery aided by more stimulus. Shanghai Composite up by 5%. However, concerns remain over the increasing number of new coronavirus cases.
At 8 o'clock this morning, London time, the DAX future contract in Germany traded 1.4% higher. CAC 40 were up 1.9%. FTSE 100 futures contract in the UK rose 1%. Economic data of late has tended to point to a reasonably prompt economic recovery around the world. The US recorded last week the addition of 4.8 million jobs in June, much more than expected, while PMI data in China and throughout Europe has tended to suggest renewed confidence of a brisk pickup in activity. Additionally, the US Congress is set to resume talks on the next stimulus bill later this month, while Germany, Europe's economic powerhouse, will be keen to cement the structure of a COVID-19 recovery fund as it now has the 6-month rotating presidency of the European Union.
A meeting of Euro area finance ministers on Thursday could be telling before a looming July 17th to 18th summit, crucial to securing agreement on a recovery fund. The likely need for additional stimulus grows as the number of COVID-19 cases shows no signs of slowing down. The World Health Organization reported the highest number of cases over a 24-hour period, with the US reporting a spike in cases over the long holiday weekend.
Turning back to Europe, Swiss manufacturer Geberit said on Monday that its sales fell 9.8% in the first half of the year due to the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. German factory orders continued the recent data trend of suggesting a recovery, jumping 10.4% in May, admittedly slightly below estimates after falling by a revised 26.2% the previous months. Later in the session, the June construction PMI release from the UK will be studied, as well Eurozone retail sales for May. Oil prices traded in a mixed fashion on Monday as the continued growth of new coronavirus cases in the US weighed on American benchmark WTI futures, while the global benchmark Brent futures posted small gains on falling supply. Coronavirus cases in the US increased by almost 56,000 on Sunday, according to Johns Hopkins University, rising concerns that the jump could hit oil demand in the United States. Elsewhere, production by the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and Allies, including Russia, has fallen to its lowest in decades, as the group cuts output by a record 9.7 million barrels per day for a third month in July. At 8 o'clock this morning, US crude futures traded 0.2% lower at $40.58 a barrel. The international benchmark Brent contract rose 0.9% to 43.19. Gold futures fell 0.4% to $1,782.95 per ounce dollars. On the FX front, GBP/USD extends Friday's recovery gains from 1.2438 amid broad US dollar weakness to 1.2496 as registers 0.13% gains. For the week ahead, after markets cheered the non-farm payrolls, America's coronavirus situation and Brexit talks will likely continue weighing on cable and could turn into another dead cat bounce, according to FX Street. Chief EU negotiator Michel Barnier and his British counterpart David Frost will meet and try to iron out differences on the EU's demand for a level playing field, keeping EU regulations after the Brexit transaction period expires in 2021. In return, Brussels will grant easy access to its single market. Many expect talks to heat up only after the summer and closer to the deadline, so that may have to wait for another week. Investors will examine US coronavirus cases, which are going in the right direction, down. If infections increase due to the current opening, it may take time to see it in the chart. Nevertheless, as long as it falls, sterling will receive support. According to UOB Group,
Cable's potential advance to 1.2550 region in the short-term horizon seems to be losing momentum for the time being. The group reported, "We highlighted last Friday momentum has eased considerably and GBP has likely moved into a consolidation correction phase." Eurodollar climbs to fresh two-day tops near the 130 mark. The pair's advance appears propped up by the better mood in the global markets, in turn sustained by optimism around ongoing recovery post-pandemic. The dollar index was 0.5% lower at heading toward a two-week low at 96.852. This is today's market news. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.